Waterkloof Marina Retirement Estate advertises itself as one of the best retirement villages in Pretoria. Luxury living, beautiful surroundings, wheelchair-friendly. But behind the marketing is a very different reality for mobility-impaired residents. Ever since I moved here in August 2025, I've been treated like a problem simply because I want to swim. Inside the estate, there is a heated communal swimming pool. Doctors and physiotherapists regularly prescribe water exercise for elderly people, especially after strokes, surgery, injury, arthritis, chronic pain, or mobility decline. Even something as simple as walking in water can reduce pressure on joints, improve circulation, build strength, restore balance, and help people regain independence. For many elderly people, water exercise is not luxury, it is therapy. But if you are mobility impaired, you cannot safely access the pool at Waterkloof Marina. There is no pool hoist, no proper access system, no reasonable accommodation. So I tried to solve the problem constructively. I formally requested permission to install a pool hoist at my own expense. No cost to the estate, no cost to residents. The request was denied. I tried discussion. I tried cooperation. I tried constructive engagement. When that failed, I requested independent mediation by an impartial third party. That request was rejected almost immediately. Instead, I received formal legal letters. I was told they wanted to proceed to court as a matter of urgency. I simply raised a concern and offered to help solve it. Instead of meaningful engagement, the matter escalated into conflict. And that is deeply disappointing, because this should never have become a fight in the first place. Because the request was denied without any risk assessment. Now let's talk about the so-called risk at the current pool. I was told that installing a pool hoist would create too much risk, too dangerous, too complicated. But the current situation is more dangerous. Children splash water around the swimming pool area, making the sides slippery for elderly residents who already struggle to walk. Mobility-impaired residents often have to rely on other elderly residents to physically help them into and out of the water. Think about that for a moment. No lifting equipment, no proper support system, just elderly people lifting each other in and out of a swimming pool. That is the current safe solution. A pool hoist does not create some new category of danger. Pool hoists are standard assistive devices used all over the world, in hospitals, rehabilitation centres, hotels, public swimming pools, and retirement facilities. This is not experimental technology. And there is another contradiction. The HOA says there is not enough space for a pool hoist, but directly next to the main pool is a kiddies pool. The kiddies pool is hardly used compared to the number of elderly and mobility-impaired residents who could benefit from safe access to the main pool. This is a retirement estate, not a children's resort. Yet there is space for a kiddies pool, but apparently not enough space for safe access for disabled and elderly residents. And this issue goes beyond swimming. The estate also has paddle boats and canoes on the water, yet these facilities are effectively inaccessible at Waterkloof Marina, and disabled residents are still expected to pay the full levies like everyone else. Yet mobility-impaired residents cannot even safely approach the water. A retirement estate should be a place where elderly and disabled residents can continue to grow, participate, create, and enjoy life. Not a place where physical limitations become barriers to inclusion. To place this matter into perspective, the estate's monthly levy income is estimated at around 1.5 million rand. A suitable pool hoist costs approximately 45,000 rand. The legal costs of a prolonged court battle will likely exceed the cost of simply solving the problem. This issue is bigger than one swimming pool. It raises a much larger question. Can disabled residents be required to pay full levies for facilities they are effectively excluded from using? Can a retirement estate market itself as wheelchair-friendly while refusing basic accessibility solutions? And finally, will there come a time when mobility-impaired residents will be treated as equal residents worthy of dignity and respect? A place where everybody, regardless of physical limitation, can participate, contribute, and achieve their full potential. Because accessibility is not about special treatment. It is about human dignity and equal access to the community we all pay to be part of.